£1,200, yeah, yesterday, and on track today to do it easily over another £100. Sorry, over £1,000. February was 400 and something quid. The following month was 1,100. The next month was 1,300. The next month was 3,400. The next month was 5,400, I think it was. And then last month was 7,300. And then I reckon this month, I'm on target for 10K.
So today I'm sitting down with Craig. He's actually one of the top earning TikTok affiliates in the UK as of the past week. He's doing over £7,000 a month with TikTok Shop affiliate and even £1,000 a day. So welcome, man. How you doing?
Yeah, doing really well, thanks, mate. Today was the first day where I kind of reached the £1,000 a day mark, so feeling pretty pleased with myself at the moment.
£1,200 was it yesterday?
£1,200, yeah, yesterday, and on track today to do it easily over another £100. Sorry, over £1,000 because it's what, like quarter to 10 now? No, quarter to 11 now, and I'm on over 300 quid already. So yeah, happy
Crazy,
days.
Man. Yeah, TikTok is just insane right now. So yeah, man, this is actually the second time we've ever properly spoke. So it actually is good for me to get to know you a little bit in this, I guess, interview thing. So yeah, man, tell me about yourself. What did you do before TikTok Shop before you started this?
Yeah, so I'm a veteran. I was in the army for many years. Served all over the world, and then got into like the corporate world of recruitment. And then from there got into social media and ended up setting up my own LinkedIn marketing agency. Did that for about 5 years, but got really disillusioned with the reach on LinkedIn. The reach on LinkedIn just dropped and just kept dropping like a brick. And I started looking at other ways of making money, and TikTok was always sort of a platform that I used to go onto to create content, and I would then bring that content that I created. So I would just do stupid, like where you're miming and stuff, lip syncing, yeah, like lip syncs, and I would bring those videos and post them on LinkedIn, and they would get traction on LinkedIn.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so I was familiar with TikTok, but I wasn't familiar with TikTok Shop. But yeah, I really got involved in it. What really kind of spurred me on to get started with it was because I could see that people were making money with it. I was keen. I was in a relationship at the time, and I was keen to improve our financial situation. I wanted us to be able to go on holidays. My partner at the time, she really wanted to build an extension on the back of the house, and I wanted to kind of contribute towards that to help with that. And I thought, yeah, it will help, achieve what we want to achieve in life. Um, and her daughter actually had set up a TikTok account and had grown it to something like, I don't know, 50,000 followers or something. She was just doing like get ready with me type content.
Yeah, like
And
influencer type stuff. Yeah.
yeah, but she was getting all these brand deals, and she was only a kid, right? So she was getting all these brands reaching out to her saying, will you promote this, and we'll give you money, and we'll send you products and this and the other. So I was like, man, if she can do that, surely I can, with my kind of a bit of experience in social media. And I just kind of threw myself into it. The first 2 months were tough. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to figure it all out on my own. And so like the going was slow. I think in my first month I think it was £400, which was okay for the month. And then the second month was £1,100. So that gave me proof of concept. I was like, okay, this shit works, but how can I really kind of scale? How can I really sort of improve upon what I'm doing? And it was in that moment, and from looking at loads of creators on TikTok, that I realized that to really level up, I'm going to need to learn from the best. And so I
Yeah.
started looking at different creators, and I thought, whoever I kind of go with, they need to be sort of like they need to be like the same kind of, like have the same kind of vibe as me,
Yeah.
um came across you. Obviously you're a Brummie. I'm from the West Midlands as well originally, so I was like, yeah, I liked your style of content. And so yeah, so that's when things started to change. I joined your community, and things started to kind of like improve massively from there, because I learned so much, from inside the community in the course.
Yeah, amazing, man. Like that actually leads me on perfectly to the next question. Like you've been in what Affiliate Academy now for 3 months, 2, 3 months?
It's I've been in and out, haven't I? Because I think because
Yeah,
there
yeah,
was
yeah.
there was an issue, there was a subscription issue, where I left accidentally. I was in two communities. I think I was in your free academy, and I
Hmm.
cancelled the wrong. I don't know. I ended up leaving the wrong um, subscription. But yeah, I'd say my TikTok journey has been 6 months from start
Hmm.
to where we are now. So I'd say it's probably more like 4 months in total.
Oh, crazy. What initially made you actually join a paid community? Because a lot of people are obviously on the edge of joining, I guess, a quote unquote paid community, but you said you were willing to actually make that next leap. You knew making that financial investment was going to propel you to that next step.
I think that's come from my own experience just in business and in social media. I know that in order to progress, you you only know what you know, right? There's only so much you can learn from looking at other people on TikTok or looking at YouTube tutorials and stuff like that. But ultimately, that whole process can end up taking you way longer if you just kind of go and seek out help from people who've already been there and done it. You accelerate your progress. You get from A to B a lot quicker. So I could probably still have got to where I'm at right now, but it might be in another 6 months from now, you know? Um,
100%, man. I feel like if you want to get the knowledge, you kind of just look at other people doing it. Like for me, for example, if I want to learn anything, I
yeah,
am looking to make that investment in somebody that has already done the thing and that is doing the thing really well. You know what I mean?
exactly.
You could, I guess, do it yourself, but it's gonna take months of hard work doing it yourself, etc. Like for me, I'd
Yeah,
personally just rather skip all of that process and just find somebody else doing it. You
yeah,
know? So
yeah. It makes sense to just get from A to B as fast as you possibly can. Yeah, otherwise you're just wasting your time, precious time, and that's when you get to my sort of age, that's that's something that you don't have much of. So
yeah. So anyway, when you first joined Affiliate Academy, you'll remember this. I remember you joined and you first wanted to hit your first ever £100 day.
yes, I do remember that. I think actually my first when I before I joined the community, so when I first started TikTok Shop, full stop, month one, my goal was to get to £500 a month because I thought if I was earning £500 a month, I'd be able to, you know, book holidays and this, that, and the other. But then my eyes became opened to like the potential in TikTok Shop, and I started to realize that actually 500 quid a month is actually a drop in the ocean compared to what you can actually earn on TikTok Shop.
Hmm.
Um, and so when I joined your community, um, I then kind of set myself this imaginary type of kind of target of £100 a day, and I think I set it because I was kind of hovering between 50 and £70 a day, and I seemed to be stuck there for quite a long time, and then and so by setting that kind of that goal of £100, it just gave me something to aim for, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd say within it was probably within 2 weeks of joining
I think it
and
honestly.
going.
I think in the first day you said you wanted to hit £100, and I think I still have the screenshots. It might have honestly been the next day or the day after that you actually hit £100.
Yeah, because what I did was I literally went into the classroom in the community
Hmm.
and absorbed all of that. Like I went through it, like all of it, just like sat down and just like completely focused. I turned my phone off. I turned everything off around me. I was like,
That's
I'm
amazing,
just,
man.
I'm just throwing myself into this now, and I'm just gonna like focus on this, and that's what I did. And learned so much. It was little things like learning, little things like holding down on a comment so that you can comment with their, do you know what I mean? Answer questions and stuff and create content like that.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
that was invaluable to me. So yeah, it made all the difference. And like you said, like with it was one or 2 days after joining, I was just implementing and taking action on what I'd learned. And before I knew it, I was up to like 150 quid a day, then 200 quid a day, and then I think I stuck around like the £200 a day for a little while, and then I had a day where I actually did 500 quid. Then it came back down to 200.
I
I
remember
was like,
that. I remember
And I
that
was like,
£400 day. I was like, what the
yeah.
hell, man? This is crazy.
But I was like, but again, that was proof of concept. Again, that was proof that it's possible. So then I was like, right, okay, double down. Let's keep doing what I'm doing. It's I'm getting there slowly but surely. Um, and then I started doing like constant £500 days. And then I tipped the scales a little bit and ended up on like a £700 day. And then just recently, I think it went up to 800. And then literally just within the last few days, I've hit that £1,000 mark, well, £1,200 mark, and today it looks like it's going to do the same again.
It's life changing,
So,
isn't it? It's
it's
crazy.
just, yeah, it's making me question, like, because I probably spend about, I don't know, 3 hours creating content.
It doesn't take long,
And
really. It really doesn't take
if you
long.
I do about three videos a day. That's it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like 1 hour per video per day. So that for me is very part time, and then I'm still running a business at the same, alongside that. But it's making me question: do I need to run a business that's a bit of a headache when I could be doing something that's actually really, really good fun? It doesn't take up anywhere near as much time. No products to buy, no inventory, no complaining customers to deal with. It's just, do you know what I mean? It's just an easy business model. Everything that comes into that app is pure profit.
Mate, it's unreal. Yeah, it's
Just like
literally
income,
complete
income,
profit.
income.
It's
Yeah.
it's it's absolutely crazy. I've never personally seen anything like this, to be honest. We're in a very blessed opportunity right now, I personally believe. And it's
Mm.
crazy because not even you speak to people, not many people even know about it. They're like, you speak to the average person, you tell them about TikTok Shop, and it's like, oh, what's that? And they don't take it seriously. They don't believe that, I guess, you could potentially make £1,000 a day. People assume it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
80p, £1, like you see the comments, nice £1
yeah.
and stuff like that. It's
And those
ridiculous.
and those and those other comments, you couldn't sell water in a desert. They always make me laugh.
Yeah, they're
But all
hilarious. They're
those, all that,
hilarious.
I mean, it's like now those commissions that I'm earning at the moment on a game stick are like £6 a sale. I think they're thereabouts. It's something like that. It's quite a high commission. Um, so although it might be even on that bin, for example, that I was selling, I think that bin was making me like 70p. It was like a food caddy bin. Um, but my video went super viral. Um, and all those kind of 70p's add up. If you're selling 200 of those bins a day, it's it soon mounts up the money in your
Yeah, for
account.
sure.
So
And people don't realize how much £6 like complete profit commission actually is, because you could actually completely start a brand. Let's say your product costs £15. After
yeah,
percentages and taxes and stuff like that, you're probably only left with about £6, £7 profit.
exactly,
So with TikTok
exactly,
Shop affiliate, if you are selling something for £6, you are saving all of that headache of creating your own product
100%.
and
Yeah,
completely missing all of the, the
yeah,
headaches of owning a product and stuff like that and drop shipping. You just skip all of
yeah.
it.
It's an amazing business model. It's such a simple concept as well. Um, it's relatively easy to do. There's a learning curve with it though. It's got to be said. There's stuff that you've got to, visual hooks, text hooks, and so on. But call to actions and all that sort of thing. But ultimately, once you learn the basics, it is literally something anybody could do.
For
Absolutely
sure.
anybody could do it. Yeah. Um, and another thing, I don't know whether you can ask me about this, but another thing about the community as well that I absolutely love is that sense of community. So, for example, today, one of the community members who I invited to join, she joined, she's taken action, she started making commissions straight away, and she's buzzing about the community as well, so much so that she's actually coming over so she's driving over from Manchester today to my house in Chester, and we're just going to do skits all day.
That's
Um,
amazing, man. That's so cool.
Acting out skits, yeah. So, and the skits that we're going to be acting out are the ones that you suggested that are in the community, right? So we can see the potential of those. Because one of the things that I think is genius from you, if you don't mind me saying, is that concept of going on to Callo Data, looking at the USA Callow data, looking at the viral trends on there, but bringing those trends across to the UK and acting them out where the UK population probably have never seen that type of stuff before. But if it's gone viral in the US, like with most products in the US, if they work over there, the chances are they're going to work over here too, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we'll be doing later. We'll be just taking those viral concepts that you've already shared in the community and creating skits around them, and and seeing if we can get the magic to happen here too.
Yeah, that's essentially how I've ran TikTok Shop in the past year or so, is taking like viral concepts from another geographic and bringing them over to the UK, because the UK has never saw it. And to be honest, the UK is kind of like a washed down version of the USA in terms of content. So that's why I bring you over, because anything that goes viral in America or USA, which has a bigger population, it will likely go viral in the UK eventually, a couple months down the line. And that's what I've seen over and over and over again. The earlier you are to adopt a USA trend in the UK, the more you're going to reap the rewards. And that's essentially what I do. And it works every single time.
Yeah. No, it's good, man. It's we're looking forward to doing it later on this afternoon. Be good.
Yeah, that's super cool, man. I really like the community aspect as well, because again, the community is pretty much like still new, man. It's like pretty new. I do want to grow this a lot and, you know, meet like-minded people. Like I've literally met you. Like you seem like a cool guy and stuff. It's nice to meet people. Like it's really cool.
Yeah, because otherwise it can be a bit of a lonely existence. Because otherwise you're just creating content on your own, for the most part, in your house, so you're not really seeing anybody. So it's good to be around like-minded people who've all got the same kind of dreams, the same kind of struggles. They're going through the same shit. They want to better their lives. They want to make more money to improve their families and everything else. But being able to, I suppose I get a bit of pleasure as well, although it's not my community. I am a very active member, I'd say, in the community, but I love sharing like my wins with other people, so they can learn from like mistakes and stuff that I'm making, so they can, you know, achieve the same kind of success. So yeah, no, it's cool. I really love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Were you skeptical whether joining the community would even work in the first place before you joined?
I was, yeah, very,
Was you?
yeah, very, very skeptical, because I'd had my fingers burnt somewhere else. So
Really?
yeah, so I won't mention the community that I joined, but it was very, very badly managed. They didn't come through on promises that were made. There seemed to be like an ulterior motive for the community, full stop. They were trying to push some product in there. It was like a digital product that they were trying to push. And yeah, it was just, yeah, it wasn't for me. And then ultimately what happened was people cottoned on to the fact that it was not a scam, but there was, like I said, it was an ulterior motive to it, and people cottoned on to that, and gradually it died a death. And there were two owners that became very unresponsive to, you know, questions and everything. And then in the end, I just like, do you know what? I paid to be there, but I just left and just.
Okay. Yeah, we're not going to mention names, but I think I know who you're talking about, because we actually had, do you know Natalie? She jumped on a call with me and she actually told me about it too.
Exactly
Is
the
she in the
same one.
community?
Yeah, same one. Yeah, that's where I first met Natalie, and then Natalie was also struggling a little bit with TikTok Shop, and I said, look, I've joined this community. Like, you need to check it out. It's nothing like the previous one that we were in. Much better, and that's why she joined. So yeah, it wasn't a good experience, and I felt like I'd been stitched up, to be fair.
Yeah, that's the problem, man, with a lot of, I guess, quote unquote mass managed communities. They get rid of that personal aspect of it. They're not even involved. Like, you're trying to teach something, but you're not involved, so it doesn't make any sense, like, whatsoever. Like, for me, I try and be as heavily involved as I possibly can, as literal can be possible. I don't want to ever delegate this work or anything like that, because that defeats the whole purpose of the business, which is me and my knowledge and me doing it.
And that's evident. It's really evident. You know, another thing with that community as well was that the strategies that they shared were old strategies that just might have been effective once upon a time, but are no longer really relevant on TikTok in this day and age. So
That's
So
the
yeah,
point as well with something with TikTok Shop Affiliate. Like when I first started, I was like, okay, I do want to teach this because I do have a skill that I'm really good at. So I kind of want to teach it. So when I first started, I started trying to do a course, and I was like, that's not gonna work, man, because TikTok, it's an ever-changing platform. It's an ever-changing game.
yeah,
If I just
yeah,
do a course and kind of sell it off like all these other people, cool, it might help a few people, but it's never going to be relevant forever. That's exactly why I moved
yeah.
the community to
You want it to
school.
be evergreen, don't you?
Yeah,
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 you
yeah.
want it to
That's
be
why I moved.
evergreen.
Exactly. It's why exactly I moved it to school, and I thought, okay, maybe I could make this a course that's kind of forever. It's like a lifetime type course. You get the course, of course. Didn't mean that. You get the course, and
Yeah,
you get lifetime access to obviously any updates in the course, and as well as the
yeah.
community. You know, like it's up to date. It's literally up to date all the
and
time.
and it's and it's just and you've just gone put it through a massive upgrade as well, haven't you? So like everything's been refreshed and updated, and that's another thing I think I like about it is that your fingers on the pulse with regards to the layout of everything, making sure that everything's current and up to date, so that you're getting the the most up to date possible information with regards to TikTok Shop. So you're not learning old strategies that are no longer effective.
Yeah, and if strategies do come out of date, I'll literally just get rid of them and make new ones. Because, again, I'm
Yeah,
just like a student in this stuff. Like I don't know everything. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how to run the most optimal best community, but I guess I'm trying, and I'm glad it's helping out. So yeah, I appreciate
yeah,
the words, man.
no worries.
What was like your first impression when you first joined the community? Like your first initial ever impression when you very first joined?
I think the first, like, given the fact that I'd had that bad experience before, it was massively refreshing because I could see the first thing that struck me was the effort that had been put into the community, in the building of it, into the course content, how thorough and detailed it was. Um, but also, although detailed, it was simplified to a point which made it easy to digest and absorb and take on board. Do you know what I mean? So like learning journey was just made a lot easier. And then I think as well, the like being able to see like all the posts that were being put in there from other people as well, that were sharing their experiences and their journey and stuff. You get a lot of inspiration from that. The product, oh my god, the products as well. You know, like when you share like what the products that you believe are going to go viral, and that
Hmm.
gets updated every single Sunday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's gold. That's just gold. Like, because if you think of the amount of time and effort, especially for someone like me that's running a business, or if it was for someone else that's got a full-time job, they're not going to have that luxury of being able to sit in front of a screen researching products that could or might not go viral. So just being able to get access to that information of products that have already been researched, we already know that they've got the potential to go viral because other creators have created videos that have already gone viral on that particular product, is just that's it's worth the money, it's worth the subscription for that alone, I think.
Oh, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. Like it honestly means loads to me because my girlfriend will even like vouch for this as well. Like, it stressed me out for so fucking long trying to create something that I think would actually benefit other people. I tried every single platform. I mean, I've tried WAP, I've tried Kajabi, I've tried making my own software and stuff for my
Mm-hmm.
own course, and nothing could work. Like I had endless sleepless nights, man, because I am such a perfectionist, and if I want something to work, it needs to be good, it needs to be perfect, or else I'm not going to be happy with it. Like I'm not happy
Yeah,
making something shit for other people to just chew on and just be dissatisfied for my own personal gain. It's not what I'm
yeah,
about,
yeah,
man. So you
yeah.
saying that genuinely means loads to me, man. Like, honestly.
No, the school platform is fantastic for what you're using it for. I'd use the school platform myself for out. I used to have a community for my LinkedIn brand, and yeah, I found it's just really user friendly, isn't it? That platform is perfect for what you need it for. Um, just a shame that you had to go through like test all the other ones first before you came across school. But yeah, school's great. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was my last resort. I tried everything, and I went on it, and I was like, yeah, I've got to do it this way. It's a course and a community. It's literally a no-brainer. I have to do this.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
I went through with
100%.
it, and I just thought, fuck it, man, I'm just gonna stick with it. I'm just gonna do it, and
Yeah.
yeah, it seems to be
No,
working. So
and it's working. Like the value in it, the value inside the affiliate academy is just immense. It's everything that anybody needs to start their TikTok journey, but also scale their through along that journey. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I could be where I'm at now, like 6 months down the line, and join your community as a new member, and still get masses of value, and still, do you know what I mean? Because there's still, like, for me, I think I said to you the other day, for me, every day is a school day. Every single day, I never approach my day thinking, right, like I know it all and I'm the be all and end all, or like you just called me like one of the top TikTok shop affiliates in the UK or whatever. I don't see myself as that. I feel like I've got still a long, long way to go. This is why I said on my post on Facebook today, right at the end of the post, and maybe on the post that I put in the affiliate academy today, I put I feel like I'm just getting started, like I'm just getting warmed up. Do you know what I mean? So I think that kind of attitude towards what I'm doing is going to serve me well in the future. So yeah,
yeah, there is a quote. Obviously, true wisdom is knowing you know nothing. So
that's
you've
it.
adopted that
Yeah,
very well. I mean,
yeah,
adopting
love
a
it.
student mindset in any form of business is how you're going to win in perpetuity, man, because a lot of people are ego driven. So they
Yeah,
know something
yeah,
and they genuinely assume they know it all, and it stagnates them and they stop growing.
yeah. Always be the student. That's what I say.
Do you
Um,
remember, do you realize the first ever time you actually thought, okay, like this TikTok shop stuff actually works?
yeah, it was so the first month I ever posted a video that was a TikTok shop video was actually in January, right? So, but I don't count January because I posted like 2 videos in the whole of January, right? And the first video that I posted was it was one of those plug-in heaters. Now, when I was with my ex, we had like a purpose-built office at the bottom of the garden, and during the winter it was quite cold in there. So I got one of these little plug-in heaters, and I remember like doing my first, like trying to do my first hook, and I was like carrying the heater in my hand and filming down, holding my camera. And I remember putting one sock on and one sock off on my feet, just as a bit of a visual hook. So to get people saying like, why have you only got one sock on? And then, anyway, I was talking about this heater, um, and posted the video. And I think all month it made me about £1.82, right? But that £1.82 was the first sign that it works. Like if you post a video, you get paid commission. And and then in my opinion, it was like, right, this is me as a novice, complete novice. I've just made £1.82 from one video. But if I post loads of videos and if I improve the quality of those videos, um, then it stands to reason that the amount that I make is just going to be um, amplified, So it's like now, like 6 months ago, I created a video, and it was a really controversial video because what I basically did is I stood up I was sat at my desk, and I had an old traditional wallet in this hand, and I had one of those card holder wallets in the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically said, absolutely no one is still carrying an old traditional wallet like this unless you've got no fashion sense, you're 80 years old, blah blah blah, right? So I was basically slating people that were carrying the old traditional wallet. I said, what you want to get instead is one of these card holder wallets, right? So I was obviously aiming at the younger demographic, the people that are into crypto, that don't, that they're cashless, they never carry cash, and that's very much like me as well. um Anyway, sure enough, all the old school posse start commenting. I still carry one of them. I'm not 80 years old and I still carry one of them. And the comments just went mad, right? So I got my first viral video from that post or that video. And it got something like, I think it was like 1.4 million views. And so I then started to create other videos on the same product with a similar type of intro, like with a similar type of hook, just changing slightly what I said. And sure enough, they started popping off as well. So I was making loads and loads of sales, and that's when I started to get like started to make like 1,100 quid, 1,300 quid in the early days. So that was the moment for me when I was like, this shit works. This is how you do it. If you can get people to react, if you can push on buttons like emotionally, then you will, you'll just cause people to comment or like or whatever. And there's so many ways of doing it. Like controversy is ace. It always works, especially I've found if you've got two opposing views on one on each side of the fence, because then it just causes debate. So I don't know whether you can see actually just behind me. You can't see it. I've got a plaque on my wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a "Lest We Forget" plaque.
Yeah.
On my wall, right? Now I've had that. It was a refundable sample. So for anybody that doesn't know what a refundable sample is, you have to buy it first, and then if you promote the video and someone makes a purchase, you get your money back. So it was sat as a refundable sample, and I've been meaning to put it up on the wall for ages. Obviously, being a veteran, I wanted people to kind of be reminded of our fallen troops. So just the other day, I put the plaque up on the wall, and then literally did a really short, I think it was a 31-second video of me saying, as a veteran, I've just bought something on TikTok Shop, and I want to show you what it is. And then I panned round to the plaque on the wall, talked about the fact that it's aluminium, it won't rust, blah, blah, blah. And here's a link. You can grab one if you want. Now, the commission was like 50p per sale. And it went nuts because you ended up with people talking about the state of our country and the way they treat troops and veterans these days. And there was all these arguments going on about just the state of the country, basically. All because of that short 31-second video. And I sold so many of them that they sold out. They just ran out of stock. Like I just blitzed all of that. So it's a shame because that video is still getting views, still getting loads of comments and everything. But there's still no stock in place. So I'm not making any sales from it, unfortunately. But if they restock it, chances are that video will blow up again and I'll start making even more money. So
yeah, that's amazing, man. You kind of just completely answered a question I was going to ask. I was going to ask you, like, how did you go from, the guy earning £1.87 to actually earning £100-200 a day? And it kind of seems like you answered that question with realizing that controversy and engagement and that one little switch right there completely propelled your content to actually go viral even further.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it. I think as well, consistency is massive. There's been times where, because I am only human, right? So there's times when I just can't be asked. Like I just don't feel like because this is the thing with video content is there's days when you do not feel like doing it. Like your head's not in it. You've got to be, sometimes you've got to be somebody that you're not in front of the camera. Like you just, because you're acting, aren't you? It's just a big act.
Yes.
It's not the real you. So to be somebody that you're not when you're not feeling it is actually quite a difficult thing to do. But if you can push through that and still bang out your 3 videos every day, or there's been times when I'm tired and I know that I've got to do content and I've gone, do you know what? I'm gonna have a little nap. I'm just gonna have a nap and see if I feel a bit better and then try and do it. And that's what's happened. So yeah, consistency I think is key. But quality as well, trying to improve the quality of the videos each time. And I keep saying it in the community as well. I keep saying that don't try and reinvent the wheel. Don't go into this thinking that, that yes, be creative, add your own creative spin to videos that you've already seen go viral. So for the most part, I am just copying other viral videos that I've seen that have worked really well, and then trying to improve upon that video or injecting my own personality or funny aspects into it and various hooks into it. So yeah, just go with what works. Just keep doing it, because otherwise you could get very frustrated, couldn't you? Like trying to come up with original content that never pops off.
Yeah. Do you read books? Do you read any books?
I'm not a reader, as in like I'm not a page turner, but I will listen to like Audible and books on Audible.
You definitely need to get what's really helped me with what you just said, because I always preach, again, like nothing is original, do what works. There's a book actually, it's called Steal Like an Artist, and it's so fucking relevant to content creation, man. Definitely get that. It's such a good read.
Feel like an artist is a something that they talk about on LinkedIn all the time when it comes to creating content. So I'm familiar with the term.
Mate, it's
Still
such
like
a
an
good
artist.
read. Like, if there's anyone watching this who does TikTok or content creation, Steal Like an Artist, it's an absolute gem of a book, man.
I'll definitely make a note of that and download it on Audible in a bit because
It's
I've got
so,
loads
so,
of
so
credits.
good.
Yeah,
So good,
cool,
man. I
man.
love it. I literally love it. It'll really open your eyes to like everything you've just said even further. And yeah,
Yeah,
it basically talks about like how nothing is original. Like nothing in the world is original. Every idea is basically like a prequel type thing of another idea, and that
well,
idea
it's
that was copied
yeah,
was an idea from another idea. So
of course, yeah, absolutely. You've got to get inspiration from somewhere, haven't you? It doesn't just sort of formulate in your brain. It's like you get the idea from somewhere, and so I suppose you just then have to make it your own.
yeah, yeah, it's a really good book. It's amazing. There's very few books that are relevant to content creation, but Still Like an Artist, man. It's one of them that I've read that's just became so relevant to what I do now.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, what like specific part of Affiliate Academy, like the community, has helped you out the most?
Right. Okay. So definitely the viral content ideas.
Perfect.
The scripts have been really useful as well. But then I switched. I then became like clued up on ChatGPT. I kind of knew how to use ChatGPT before, but I started kind of training my own ChatGPT, and it now kind of gets me and understands like the kind. As soon as I kind of plug, because I'll download a script off an existing video through TalkScript, and then once I've done that, I'll plug that into ChatGPT, and it instantly knows that I want to create my own script from that. So it it kind of just does it for me. It does all the hard work for me, and then all I've got to do is um, I wouldn't say that I say it word for word. I'll just kind of ad lib a little bit and change little bits as I'm acting it out. But
Still like an
but
artist.
yeah, yes, exactly. And then the other thing that I think that I've had got a lot of value from is what I said before, which is the the concept of bringing stuff across from the US to the UK. I think that's so cool. That's so cool. So basically, it's the research aspect because for me, running a business, my time's important to me. So I need, I can only afford like 3 hours a day to do my content. So the fact that I can just plug into viral content ideas that have already been researched, that's just yeah, that's a game changer, big time.
Amazing, man. So yeah, you joined, you hit £100 day, and now you're at £1,000 day. How does that like 10x jump feel?
Do you know what? I'm just gonna point something out here, and that's that I'm not at £1,000 a day. I'm at £1,200 a day, and the reason I'm going to say that, at 1.2, right? That 200 that point two is £200. So that £200 that we just forgot about is
Yeah.
double what my goal was. Do you know what
It's
I mean?
still,
So
yeah,
it's
that's still
important.
2x. That's still what a lot of people strive
Yeah,
for. That's 2x than
yeah,
your
yeah.
original goal. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so it feels a bit surreal. Like I'm posting it at the moment. I've got friends reaching out to me all the time saying, "How do I get started?" The people that took the mickey out of me at the beginning are now reaching out to me and saying, how did you learn this?" And it's like it's crazy to me that like I've got a mate of mine. He's a barber, right? I call him Stu the barber, and I keep saying to him, "Mate," I said, "I've got a great idea for you. You could easily like, the gowns that they wear when you have your hair cut." I said, "You could create TikTok content to get to your 500 views, and you could just like when someone sits down, let's say they were a Liverpool supporter, when they sit in the chair, put a Man United gown on them and video it, and that would like I could imagine that type of content going viral and doing really well. But then because he's a barber, like he could specialize in men's grooming, men's hair care, all those types of products, and it would come across as really genuine because he's in a barber shop. like videoing, do you know what I mean, as a barber with all the gear around him. So I reckon he could make a killing. So he messaged me. He just saw my 1.2K in a day, and he was like, "Fucking hell, mate, that's just insane." He said, "I need to get started, don't I?" And I was like, "Keep telling you, mate, you need to get started. It would be such an easy side hustle for you, given like your position, the shop setting. You could have the you could use customers in it if they were happy to be on camera and stuff. There's just loads of different angles that he could go with.
Yeah, mate, honestly, with TikTok affiliate as well, like if you have a passion or anything, man, you can literally just like incorporate it into your life. Like if you're a girl, for
Yeah,
example, you love makeup, you do your makeup on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so get some makeup products and just record yourself doing it.
yeah. I had another lady. She asked me to meet her for a coffee. I went to meet her, local in Chester. Went to meet her at a Costa. We sat down. Sat down. We were chatting for like 2.5 hours about it all, and she's just dead into like skincare stuff, like
Hmm.
skincare and beauty and all that sort of thing. I said, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that TikTok actually rewards you for niching down as well, because it knows the audience that you're serving. It gets familiar with where to push your content to. So if you're just creating content about skincare, for example,
Hmm.
TikTok knows where to push that content out to. Whereas someone like me that's kind of quite generic, and I kind of do focus primarily on stuff for guys. But ultimately, if I'm posting random stuff, then TikTok, it's almost like TikTok's algorithm's got to kind of get warmed up. So I might need to do, say if I'm doing a video about that game stick, I might need to do 3 videos about that game stick in order for the algorithm to pick up that that's the audience it needs to go to. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, and,
Um,
and and niching down as a content creator's point of view, it's so much easier just niching
mm,
down and focusing on a specific amount of products because you save that headache of like, okay, I want to do this product, I want to do this product. No, you've got like this tunnel where you just do
yeah,
these specific products and it becomes so easier and you actually become a more competent content creator
I
for
was
that
going to
specific
say, yeah,
niche.
I was going to say you become an expert in your field as well, because you're only talking about that one, not one product, but one niche. You you not only do you become an expert, but you get, I suppose, you build credibility as well, because people look at you as a kind of go-to authority in that space.
Yes.
So and that instills trust. So obviously, one of the most important things people need in order to make a purchase is they need to trust that, in the person that's selling it, right? So I think, yeah, there's a massive lesson to be learned there in niching down for sure.
Yeah, so was it last month? Did you hit £7,000 in a month? Is that correct?
£7,300. So my trajectory was, forget the first month, which was £1.82, right? Because I just posted two
Yeah, that
videos.
don't count. That don't count.
I don't count January, right? So February was 400 and something quid. The following month was 1,100. The next month was 1,300. The next month was 3,400. The next month was 5,400, I think it was. And then last month was 7,300. And then I reckon this month, I'm on target for 10K.
Mate, that's unreal, man. How has it
Yeah.
like changed things for you personally, lifestyle and stuff like that, the way you see life, I guess?
So went through that breakup. It was a really tough time. So literally after the first month of getting started on TikTok Shop, my relationship ended, and so I moved house and everything, and yeah, it was a challenging time, to say the least. But the first thing I decided to do was get a hair transplant. so 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 I ended up going over to Istanbul, and TikTok paid for it.
Oh, that's
So
crazy.
that was the flights, that was the treatment itself, the VIP transfers, everything was all taken care of by TikTok. Then what was the next thing? Got back. Oh, um, like the other day, for example, my car started acting up. There was loads of different faults with it. The EGR valve had gone. There was a faulty sensor. The tires needed doing. So I just took it to a Mercedes specialist, and it was like 1,600 quid to repair. Now there would have been a time when I'd have got that invoice and I'd be like, holy shit, like where am I going to find the money from to pay that off? Do you know what I mean? Or I'm going to have to dip into the emergency fund or whatever. And again, I didn't need to even bat an eyelid. It was like, cool, like TikTok can pay for that. I've just booked a holiday. I've recently booked a holiday to Tunisia. So I go there on the 25th. Again, 5-star, all inclusive. Thank you very much, TikTok.
Yeah.
It's like it's just giving me choices, far more choices in life. It's like removing stress from my life with regards to money. Like I don't have any financial worries. I don't have any debt of any description. What else? Time freedom. Now, time freedom. I say time freedom because the 3 hours that I spend, all right, yeah, I'm still doing my existing job, but the way I'm looking at it is in the very, very near future, I can see myself doing TikTok shop full time.
Yes.
As in, like, I will probably get to a point where I'll go, do you know what? The headache of my existing business, although it turns over a decent amount of income that enables me to pay myself every month, what I don't actually need it if I have TikTok shop. So, and then what I plan to do as well is I love the community that much that, as you know, I've been inviting people to it. Well, you pay a really generous, like 40% commission that's recurring.
Yeah.
So I don't need to run my own community. I can just be a recruiter for your community. And then the amount of money that it costs me to be a member of your community is null and void because it's paid for by the existing members through the commissions that I earn from inviting them and them joining and remaining members. They join, they get masses of value, the same value that I got. They start to earn money. They see the value in it. They stick around. They stay on board. And so, yeah, so it's just, hopefully that answers the question. Like I could keep going on about it, but you know what I mean? It's just, there's so many, it just gives you so many choices on what you can do in your life.
For sure. I feel like that first few thousand to you potentially hitting your first ever 10K is the most impactful part of a leap in anyone's financial journey.
Yeah.
It opens up so many more decisions, so much less headaches.
If I put it this way, if I do 10K at the end of this month, that will be a defining moment for me where I'll probably go, right, it's time to really take this seriously now. I mean, I'm taking it pretty seriously, but like I need to commit more time to this because I would be foolish not to. If I'm earning 10K a month from doing 3 hours of work per day, like come on, like wake up, Craig, like stop busting a gut on your other business when you could be just doubling down on TikTok and really scaling that to the next level. I mean, you've got multiple accounts. I don't have multiple accounts. I've been working.
I was about to ask you, just doing one account. Like you could do multiple. You definitely should tap into another soon.
Yeah, it's something that I'll probably talk to you about at more length at another time. But I started to try and grow another account organically, with a view to niching down into like health products and things like that. But so I think I've got about 100 followers, and I only need another sort of 400. But I'm doing it really slowly, so it doesn't kind of get picked up by TikTok's algorithm or anything as being like not organic, but yeah, like I think that's probably what I'll do. I think that's probably the next logical step. I think if I get to 10K, like I said, at the end of this month, then it would be a case of, right, how do we scale it? Well, the way to scale it is to have multiple accounts and to post double the amount of content, which is then you're talking about 6 hours a day still, right? So you've got three hours on one account, 3 hours on the other account, and then you're doing potentially 20K a month.
For sure. That's how I kind of systemized it. I had a really good month and I was like, okay, well, if I just have 4 more accounts and just do this 4 more times, have 4 times the income. It's literally as simplified as that, though. It's crazy, man. So yeah, you are probably, I'd say you're probably the most active member in Affiliate Academy.
I definitely am, because I'm on the leaderboard, aren't I? As right at the top.
Yeah, you're number one.
Yeah. But I think that's only because I'm fully immersed in what I'm trying to do with it as well. Like, for anybody um, for anybody that joins the Affiliate Academy, I think that's the thing they've got to say to themselves is, right, I need to immerse myself in this. I need to, like I said to you before, when I first went into the classroom, I turned my phone off, like my mobile phone off, like put it in a drawer, thought I do not want to be disturbed. I am, headphones in the zone. I'm absorbing this information. I'm writing notes. I'm I'm a student and I need to learn as much as I possibly can and absorb all of this. But that's only part of the puzzle. The next thing then is taking action as you go.
Yeah, mate. I
So,
feel like that's really how you've differentiated yourself from, I guess, kind of other people because, again, like you said, you actually adopted a student mindset, which is very important. You stood there, you locked in, you took notes. You were actually educated and took that time out to do the education and the research. And you've reaped heavily the rewards. Like,
yeah,
you've literally
and the
10x
education.
your income.
I know, so it's nuts. It's nuts. But I think the most important part is be a student by all means, like absorb all that information, but it's only going to work for you if you put it into practice. If you actually, because I think there's a lot of people out there at the moment, maybe even members of the existing Affiliate Academy, that they're in the academy, but they're perhaps not putting it into practice, or maybe they can't get outside their own heads and they're worried about putting themselves out there. And I think the moment you realize that actually nobody gives a fuck about what you say or what you do,
Yeah.
and if they do care in the slightest, it will be in the comments where they'll say something to try and get you to react. But that's what I love about comment baiting as well, is just getting people to comment on purpose by winding them up.
Yes.
Like if somebody says something, I'll say things like, "I'm sure you know what you mean, mate." And that really winds them up. But there's loads of things that you can say to wind people up. But every time that they respond, they're helping the reach of your post. They're literally like boosting your post and pushing it. Yeah. So they can say, people can say whatever they like about me in the comments, and I'll just laugh my head off because it's. Every time they do, I'm just like, ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah, for sure. Because people assume that bad attention's not good attention, but the more bad attention, this is how I see it, the more bad attention you get, the more like potential of good attention you get, because that bad attention pushes it out to a more broader group of people.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly how
it's the more potential of good views as well.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah.
Good man. So yeah, what's been the biggest difference in, I guess, trying to figure this all out alone and then being a part of Affiliate Academy, the community?
Oh, that massive, the time, again, for me, business owner, the time saving aspect. If I'd have just carried on the way that I was going, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Just wouldn't be. Not in 6 months. I feel like I've got to where I am right now very quickly. I might be an anomaly. I don't know. But with the time that I've had available, I've used that time and invested it as best as I possibly could. And I've done it as well through quite a difficult time in my life where there's been a lot going on in terms of a breakup and moving house and everything else. But I've remained invested, and I think that if you join the community, or if you don't join a community, or if you don't seek help from someone that really knows what they're doing, you are going to do it the hard way. You'll get there eventually, I believe, but it will be a lot more difficult. It's going to take you a lot longer. And like I said before, like the investment that you make into the community, what is it, $125 or something?
At the time of recording this, yeah. At the time
yeah,
of us doing this,
at the time of recording this. So I just see that as it's about 95 quid a month, right? And like I said before, if you start getting value from the community, you've only got to invite 2 people who go on to join, and that pays for your subscription anyway, you know? So, and sure enough, once you start to get success in what you're doing, you will get people reaching out to you saying, how do you do it? Like, where do you start? Like, so you just signpost them to the Affiliate Academy, so they can jump on board and go down the same route as you.
Like, regardless of TikTok Shop, I'm pretty sure you're profiting, aren't you, right now inside the group?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, so six people have joined. So I think I haven't withdrawn it yet, but there's about $300 sitting in there for me at the moment. I think I have to hook up Stripe to it or something. I just haven't got around to doing it. But yeah, I'm actually profiting, and it could become like a nice little. That could become another little side hustle as well, where like I said to you before, I'm posting my successes on Facebook, and so as a result of that, people are reaching out to me saying, tell me more, like where do I get started? And sometimes I'll drop a link on my post sharing a screenshot of my earnings, right? Sometimes there'll be a link directly to the Affiliate Academy, and people will have joined as a result of clicking on that link. Sometimes I'll just say comment info below, and I'll send you the details. But that's proven to be more effective because I've been able to get on a call with somebody and actually chat to them and genuinely talk through my experience of it. And I've even been, like I said, I met someone for a coffee and we sat down like 2.5 hours. She says she's going to be joining. Someone else has said that. I've got about another 5 people that have all saying that they're going to join the community. They're just waiting for the right time for them. I mean, for me, is the best times now. Like that's true, right? Tomorrow never comes. So, but it's up to them, totally up to them when they join.
So yeah, if there's a beginner or somebody watching this interview right now and they're completely new to TikTok Shop, or they're on the fence of joining the same community you joined, which was Affiliate Academy, what would you give advice to those people?
If they were on the fence, just do it. Like, just do it. You're not tied into a contract. It's, people spend more on a night out, right? They'll go out and they'll go and sit in a pub and spend 90 quid on a night out, right? And the next day they'll feel like shit, and they'll be worse off ultimately, right? Or they could spend 90 quid, learn the basics of TikTok Shop, put into action what they learn within the first 24 hours, create their first piece of content, which could potentially go viral. Who knows, right? It just could. And that could start making them 90 quid, which would have paid for the subscription and then some. Like, this is what I'm saying. In my first month, in my first like proper month, there was 400 quid I made just from creating videos without any sort of training or knowledge. So imagine what you could actually make with, when you're pointed in the right direction. So yeah, just do it. Like, it's sometimes you've got to make, if you can't afford 90 quid, I think you've seriously got to question, like, what do I actually spend my money on? Like, there will be things that you spend money that you waste money on. Like these people, for example, that they'll be on their way to work and they'll grab a Costa, and they'll do that every fucking day.
Yes.
And that mounts up. That mounts up,
Or ordering takeaway every single week. I mean, that's probably running you back a couple £100 a month.
Yeah, just make a sacrifice and make an investment in yourself to better your life for yourself and for your family. Learn a new skill. You never know, you might just enjoy it because it's fucking ace. It's so much good fun doing TikTok Shop anyway. For sure. And then like 6 months from now, you could be sitting in exactly the same position as me, where you're doing over $1,000 a day, which is. I spoke to somebody the other day that said, "Oh my God, you've just earned in a day what I make in a month." Do you know what I mean?
Crazy,
that's
mate.
that's the reality of it. And I'm not saying that to, I'm not saying that to try and impress people. I'm trying to impress upon them that this is how life changing it can be. You just have to take
action. Up, man.
Yeah, just take action. Just do something outside of the norm. Have a little bit of faith in yourself, believe that you can do it, have a bit of self-belief, and just say, because it all starts with that one decision, doesn't it? Like, I'm gonna fucking do this, I'm gonna make this happen, I'm gonna make it work. And then before you know it, that kind of 9-to-5 job that you're doing, you could be sacking your boss for all you know.
yeah, for sure.
Like,
it's crazy. 1.2k in pounds as well. So you have literally earned, sorry, not earned, you've made back your whole yearly investment in Affiliate Academy in one day.
There you go. Yeah. But I don't even look at it like that, like because it's taken care of by the subscriptions anyway of the people that I've invited to join
There you go,
who are
that's true.
also now getting value from, you know, the same kind of value from the community. Like Sarah, who's coming here later, has said that, you know, it's just been so valuable to her, like being in the community. She's also said she's got loads of value from me because although I'm, you know, it's not my community, but I'm dead responsive and I'll respond to people's comments. So like sometimes I'll answer before you do,
Yeah,
but they get to hear from me and they get to hear from you too. Do you know what I mean? So they
yeah,
get the
that's
benefit of
amazing.
hearing from two. And that's the beauty, I think, of the community as well, is that you're leveraging multiple people's experience, not just the person who set up the community. You're able to tap into all these different people's experience. So
Yeah, definitely.
it's just a win-win. It's just a massive win-win.
Yeah, amazing, man. Yeah, Sarah's killing it. Her second video got like 400k views. I was
I
like,
know, mate.
what?
I know.
That's crazy.
I
I
know,
was like,
mate.
that's
Yeah,
insane. Yeah, it's like she has good potential. She'll definitely get there with the first few £1,000 months, 100% soon.
yeah, and she's quite creative as well. So I've listened
I
to
can
some of her
tell.
scripts and that, like when she talks about, and she is being quite creative. Um, but yeah, she'll nail it for sure. I reckon we'll probably do about 10 videos while she's here today. Have five each, and then throw those out and see what happens. So today we're doing. I think I mentioned to you before, we're doing the fast charger skit. So we're doing a few different versions of that skit. We're going to do the Dr. Dent stuff, and I've got a delivery coming today of like a personal, like loud alarm. You know, the security alarm
Yeah, yeah,
things
yeah,
that go
yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah,
That's being delivered today, and then I've got, I think, a box of coat hangers, which is a bit boring, but
yeah. Coat tankers, good old coat tankers, man. All right,
but
cool.
again, but those are ever still like the classed as like evergreen products. They always sell, like the toilet rolls. They always sell. People always want those. Um, so yeah, man, it's going to be good.
Do you think anybody can do TikTok Shop?
Yeah, yeah, and if they think they can't, then that's their own internal dialogue telling them that they can't.
Yeah, it's
If
limiting
you get,
belief.
yeah, limiting belief, 100%. Like you tell yourself you can, you know, whether you tell yourself you can or you can't, you're probably right. That's that old saying. It's so true, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, that is very true.
so if you tell yourself you can and just believe in yourself and just go for it, you'll make it happen. But if you tell yourself you can't, then you won't, and it won't happen. Simple as that.
Yeah, man. So, question for you personally now: where do you see yourself scaling this in the next few months?
Um, so I thought when I was saying that I want to get to £1,000 a day, I thought I was being totally unrealistic back then. And I've kind of proved myself wrong. Um, but whenever I've set myself like a goal or a target, I've always set the bar high
Shoot for the moon,
because
aim for the stars. That old saying,
um,
yeah.
yeah, well, shoot for the moon, and if you miss, at least you'll hit the stars, kind of thing. Yeah. So
Yeah, yes,
so
yeah.
that's been my thought process, is that like set the bar high, and if you don't quite get there, it doesn't matter because you've still kind of come so far. Do you know what I mean? You've really progressed on on your journey towards that goal. Um, so
Your goals should scare you. If you're setting any goals, they should scare you. They should seem unrealistic because if you set goals really high,
yeah,
you want to become that
yeah,
person that at least can nearly achieve those goals. You want to, become that type of person that can almost achieve those goals. Because if you set your goals really, really, really stupidly high, if you land anywhere marginally beneath it, you've still like 10x your journey.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, 100%. And I love that saying as well. Like your goals should scare you. You're damn right they should.
Yes.
You should be petrified of them. So I think if I want to really scare myself, it would be to say, I want to get to 10k a month. I want to get to 10k a month, and the way that I'll do that is through multiple accounts.
Yes,
So
that's your next step, 100%.
that's the next step. I think let's get August out of the way. Let's see if I can hit the 10k for the month in August, and then we just kind of go from there.
My advice to you too was keep having fun with it as well, because the numbers can delude you a little bit once you get really deep in the game.
Yeah,
So stay having fun with
there's
it, man.
one thing that has happened to me while I've been on this journey is most recently is I've hit say I've hit like I've been having like £200 days for a lengthy period of time. Then all of a sudden I've hit like £500, and I've gone, yes, I'm gonna start doing £500 a day, and then that's not happened, and I've been back to £200 a day again. And when you get a sniff or a whiff of that kind of that success, you're like, right, you know it's possible, but then frustration can creep in because you're not because it's not happening fast enough. But what I've noticed is that um, the more videos that you can pump out that are good quality, that are following a viral format, um, you've got a much higher chance of those going viral. And the more of those videos that you've got that are out there that are viral, the more money that you make. And like I said, at the moment, I'm still earning money today. You know, if I go and look at like what I've sold in my list of things today, there'll still be like wallets that I'm selling from video that I created 6 months ago. And that's because it's still churning, it's still being pushed out, and people are viewing it, people are still commenting on it. So yeah, don't be too hard on yourself as well. When you wait, a great tip as well, because this is something that I said to Sarah, when you first start, don't focus on the money, because don't be constantly like checking to see how much commission you've earned. Just focus on the content, focus on like the journey, the learning experience, tweaking, refining, adjusting your videos. Look at analyzing your videos, saying right, why did that one pop off and why is this one not? Look at the two, analyze them as much as you can.
I was about to say this to you too, like even for yourself, I recommend not being so emotionally invested to it, because of course, yeah, £7,000 a month, £1,000 a day, it's all cool, but it's like, it's this huge dopaminergic pool, right? So when you don't hit those numbers, and if you are somebody that's emotionally invested in those, you're going to be depressed. Like you're going to let external factors really dictate your internal like dialogue just from just some numbers. You really,
you're right.
It's really important you're not emotionally invested in the numbers. Let things just be, like good or bad, just let it be. Make sure you're enjoying the journey, make good content and keep learning, and just let things be, you know?
Yeah, because you're absolutely right, because I think for me right now, I think I've experienced this trajectory month after month. I've just seen growth, but sure enough, there's going to come a point where I'm going to have a dip, right? And it's going to drop down. But I think if I have 1 month where it dips, but then it goes up again, then it's kind of happy days. So yeah, I'm conscious of it. I think there's definitely going to come a point where it dips, but I'm also really excited about the last quarter, because that's going to be,
that's going to go crazy, man. I'm so
because
excited
that's
for that.
Christmas, right? Christmas, like the amount of money that people spend just in general anyway on the run up to Christmas is insane. So the opportunity, like this is why I think for right now, someone like Sarah, who's just getting started now, where she's learning the ropes now, it means that when she hits sort of September, October, November, December, she's going to have the skills in place. So the content that she's pumping out, she's going to really feel the benefits in that last quarter. So I'm excited to see, like for her what happens, but also obviously for myself as well, to see, because I've not experienced that yet on TikTok. I don't know what the Christmas period's like. So yeah.
Seasons are really cool, man. Even right now, we've got back to school. If you ever want to do those products too, back to school stuff and back to school content.
Right. Okay. What's that? Sorry.
Kids obviously are going back to school, so
back to school. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Lunch boxes, etc. Stuff like that. Just silly back to school stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just act like you have loads of kids or something.
Yeah. Summer holidays, and we've got Halloween coming up as well. Somebody reached out to me just recently, because this is probably something else that a lot of people don't realize, is that once you start actually doing well on TikTok Shop, you get a lot of creators, a lot of brands reaching out to you saying, will you promote my stuff? Will you promote my stuff? But I've got like brands reaching out to me, like wanting me to sell like Halloween sweet bags, for example. And yeah, I could imagine like you could have quite a lot of fun with that type of content during those sort of seasonal times, you know. Halloween, if you think like the different types of costumes that are out there, like how you could like be dressed up in that costume to grab attention. Oh yeah, you could have so much fun with it.
Yeah, definitely, man. Even like with skits and stuff. If you're getting Halloween sweet bags, you could do skits of like trick or treating and stuff. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
just trying to
yeah,
think of just some creative ways.
that's it. Like this is the thing. As soon as I think people like you and me, like when we talk, we kind of bounce off each other. Like your creative juices start flowing, and you start. This is why I'm really looking forward to like Sarah coming around later, because I know what she's like. She's full of energy, so I know that we're going to bounce off each other and come up with loads of good ideas for the skits that we do. And then it's just then about packaging that up and making it translate into a watchable, entertaining video that sells. You know.
Yeah, man, 100%. If you would have told yourself 6 months ago that right now you'd be making £1,000 a day, what would you have said?
I just wouldn't have believed it. It would. I've seen, you see people do it, like on just on TikTok. You watch people, you wonder whether it's all just a load of hype, whether they're bullshitting, whether it's all like fake screenshots and things like that. But trust me, for anybody that gets involved in it, once you've got your TikTok app and you've got into the area where your commission is, and I don't know whether you're the same as me, Josh, but I'll be like that, and I love like pulling the screen down and watching it refresh, and it's like,
Go for
and you
me,
watch
man.
it every time you do that, and you watch it refreshes, and it goes up 20 quid, and then you do it again, like it could be like a minute later, and it goes up another 20 quid. You're like, holy shit, it's fucking ace, this is. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's very addictive. um
Oh, 100%.
and yeah, I wouldn't have believed it, mate. Or rather, I didn't believe it until I started doing it, and now I'm doing it. It's like I just want everyone else to start. This is why I'm posting about it. I want everyone else to realize that you don't you don't have to struggle financially. There's actually a really really easy way to make money, um, that doesn't require a massive business plan. Doesn't require You don't need to buy any products in advance. You don't need to store any inventory. You don't need to deal with snotty customers.
Hmm.
All you've got to do is get samples delivered to you, create a video, post it, a 30-second to 1 minute video, post it, and then just keep rinsing and repeating that, and learn as you go along and get better and better and better. And as you do that, you'll make more and more money.
Yeah, well, man, this has been amazing. It's kind of all the questions
Yeah,
I've had written down, so I appreciate you coming on, taking the time and
it's
speaking.
been a
It's
pleasure,
been,
mate. No, I
yeah, man,
appreciate you
it's been
inviting
very
me.
good for me as well because I mean, it's like the second time I've ever spoke to you, so it feels like I've actually got to know you a little bit further as well. So
Yeah, likewise, mate. Likewise, and
appreciate it, man.
hopefully you find somewhere to live soon that's
Yeah,
agreeable.